is for a limited time. For more information, please contact us at any of our convenient locations or online at tccu.org. Dividends will be compounded monthly. A penalty for early withdrawal may be imposed. Fees could reduce earnings on the account. Member NCUA.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome into the WTIM information station. My name is Tim Zalabak. Time now for the WTIM morning show. Thank you so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville. We're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook TV. I got Chris Clark in the studio with me right now. He is the South Fork superintendent and has been for 5 years. How are you today, Mr. Clark?
Doing well. Thanks for having me. Very nice to meet you. First time go around. Been through a couple different people. Excited to get to know you, man.
That is it's a carousel of interviewers over here, it seems, and really good to have you in with us. Really, thank you for taking the time because it's the busiest time of year for you. It's the start of the school year, and how's everything been so far?
Yeah, it's kicked off to a hot start in a couple different ways, but yeah, it's been a nice start to the school year. Nice to see kids back around. Voices, noise in the building it's always pleasant to have that, and makes the day go by and just smile on faces. It's such a good thing to have.
Yeah, nothing better than that. And like you said, probably a ghost town over there during the summer months. It's super weird there. So nice to have the natural sound amongst the halls back again this year, and that's really great. What were some of the focuses? What were some of the goals coming into this 2023 school year?
Sure, we one of the biggest goals we have is through our junior senior high, and we were identified as a targeted school for improvement with some different things, some areas of improvement that we needed to do. Attendance was one big one that we're really focusing on. Kids are not learning if they're not in the building. You have to have them in those seats to be able to educate them and get them moving forward. So we took a real focus on, how can we get kids in the building consistently and on task. The other part of it, we are taking a deep dive into our reading and math curriculums at the junior senior high level to make sure they're on par with what needs to be done for our kids to learn and be successful. Not just on standardized testing, which those are the marks that they give us, but to be successful with whatever they want to do. We don't want to just focus it just on one particular type of test. We want it to be a well-rounded student, well-rounded kid. So whatever that we can do to help them through the math or reading curriculum, we want that success for them. So we're really taking a look at that. Elementary's got, they just kicked off a brand new reading series this year, and they're excited about it. They did a lot of research last year on it. Hopefully it pays dividends as well, and we see some of our younger kids starting to grow and achieve well on the standardized testing as well as just reading in general. So
beautiful. Some clear goals there for South Fork School District there. And we're talking a little bit about attendance. And of course, it's a hard thing to grasp because kids are not going to be learning if they're not inside the walls. How are you going about addressing that issue? What are going to be some of the steps?
Well, one of the first things we did is we're going to identify them early and often. We don't want to get to a point where we're halfway through the year and, oh, this kid had 15 absences. We're going to take, once they start missing, we're going to take and call and be proactive about it. What's going on? How can we help you with the different things to make sure they don't get in a habit of missing and it's not that big a deal? Us just paying attention to it is going to show them that we care and we're involved.
Absolutely. I feel like finding those patterns early, maybe missing one day of sickness, obviously that those come about, but you find those few students that might be struggling to get into the doors every day. And you got to think it might be something going on at home, digging something deeper there. So is that you're going to enact some different things to find that out?
Absolutely. Yes. We have a very unique population. We are a very small population. So we can make those connections at the personal level, and we do really understand what's going on home with our kids. Just about every kid, I could give you something about their home life, just because there are so few of them. And I drive the bus a little bit here and there, so I see the houses they live too. So you talk to them, you get to know them, and heck, I even know most of their parents, in the district and stuff. So
that brings something extremely rare and valuable. I come from a place where the superintendent would never know my name, and the superintendent wouldn't know your name unless you did something crazy. You are able to personally know your students and know what's going on at home. What does that mean for the relationships with the students and how you're able to help them?
Yeah, I hope that I am an example for them, because not only am I the leader of that school now, I graduated actually from that school. So they can see a success story out of that school live and in person every single day. I am involved with the community. They see me around. I went to the JFL game yesterday. Pretty cool little seeing them home opener and stuff. So hopefully, I can influence them that success is obtainable, and they can make whatever they want to make of their lives from our little school.
Well, that's really cool. I had no idea that you also graduated from South Fork Schools. And yeah, immediately you can look at your superintendent there and a person that you see driving the bus sometimes, the person that you see at JFL games. You're practicing what you preach. You're involved in the community, and you are a real success story there. Do you relay that to your students? Hey, look, I was able to do it, and I'm right where you are.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say I go around and like brag or anything. I'm a very humble person, but yeah, I can talk to them, and they see the stuff, and like I said, a lot of them parents I went to school with, or even we had in school. Now we're starting to, because I've been there as a principal for many years before superintendent, so some of the kids that we had are starting to have kids in the district. So yeah, it makes it nice.
Yeah, all really connected there. And when problems do arise, like attendance, you can really go to the source, and you're not just some stranger, going up to a parent. You've been involved, and it's good chances that you do know that person and their story. So really cool, and really good goals here for the start of the year. Really excited about that. Some renovations have been coming into your high school area. Tell me a little bit about those.
Yeah. Leaving today, train was actually there to kick off the units, but our high school got new roofs, new ceiling tiles, new lighting throughout the building, and all new HVA system and a DOAS fresh air system throughout the high school. Of course, delays and stuff and waiting on electrical parts was the biggest delay that we had, but we just got it in. Unfortunately, last week we didn't have it going, but they're getting it up and running today and everything else. But we still had air conditioning throughout the building with different things with the window units and stuff like that. But hopefully they kick it off today and stuff gets going. We're still waiting on one unit for our gym. Our gym's going to be heated and cooled now for the first time with it. So those kind of things would be real nice, especially when you have a start of the school year like we had, where it was just ridiculously hot. I mean, just taking the humidity out of the air, you could have filled gallons and gallons of water. It was crazy. But kids are resilient. Teachers are strong. They fought through it, and we had a real good first week.
Yeah, there were some similar issues with Taylorville High School week one. It's a whole lot of a culmination of things coming together there, and the AC and heat. You said the window units were still working, but don't worry though, the heat is coming back next week with a vengeance there, so we can enjoy the nice calm weather here until that's back up. But that's great. These are huge interior renovations here that the kids are really going to notice. Oftentimes, it can be behind the walls or internal electrical work and such, but this is gonna be really cool. You said heated and cooled gym, which is a huge aspect. I mean, this is great for the students.
Oh yeah. I mean, granted, they don't get to cry anymore in PE that they can't run because it's too hot with it. So you kind of take some of those excuses away from them. But and just the pride of seeing what we're doing in it, and the investment we're making in them, and we always want to practice what we preach, look good. To be good, you got to look good. So yeah, we're doing the cosmetic things as well, trying to look. Just taking the window units out of windows is going to be huge for an exterior look that you're talking about. So yeah, it's big time for us, and we're proud of it.
Huge. Really, congratulations to you and the school district for making these progress. Absolutely. I'm sitting down right now with Chris Clark. He's five-year superintendent for South Fork School District. Really great things we've been talking about so far. We talk about some of the goals for the year in attendance and some of the reading and math standardized testing. Things are going up for South Fork School Districts. Very cool. We'll be right back here on the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for listening. Sponsored by Landmark of Taylorville and People's Bank and Trust. My name is Tim Zalabak. You're listening to the WTIM Information Station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn and beans higher, wheat trading lower at this hour. September corn 4.75 1/4, up 4.5. December corn up a nickel, 4.93. March corn 5.08. up 5 1/4. September beans, $13.94, up 13. November beans, up 17 and a half, 14.05 1/4. January beans, 14.15 and a half, up 16 and a quarter. September wheat, 5.87 and a half, down 5 3/4. December wheat down 5 1/4, 6.16 and a half. September bean meal, 425.40, that's up 260. September bean oil, 67.02, up 29 cents. Livestock market at this hour: August feeders, 248.70, up $1.07. August live cattle, 180.37, down 30 cents. And October lean hogs, 80.52, up 70 cents. Energy market: October crude oil, 80.37, up 54 cents. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
Does your bank offer rewards on your qualified signature-based debit card purchases? If not, then we need to talk. Hi, my name is Casey Rankin with People's Bank and Trust. Join the growing number of our customers who are earning cash back on all qualifying debit card purchases. You already use your debit card. Now make it work for you with Save by Spending rewards from People's Bank and Trust. Earning rewards is as easy as shop, sign, and save. Call 888-PBT-1954 and find out more about our Save by Spending rewards program today. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Kick off your Labor Day weekend at the ballpark with the Cardinals and Pirates. On Friday, September 1st, 25,000 fans ages 16 and older will take home a snapback hat featuring the Cardinals' Angry Bird logo thanks to Scott Credit Union. This unique cap is this season's must-have for hat collectors and really all people with a head. That's Friday, September 1st, the Cardinals, the Pirates, and the Angry Bird hat giveaway. For tickets and details, visit cardinals.com/promotions.
I'm Police Chief Andrew Pistorius with the Sullivan Police Department, here to talk about a topic no one wants to discuss: depression that many times leads to suicide. When a person is going through such feelings, many times family and friends don't know how to help. But there is help. If you feel depressed or lonely, there are many resources to help you. Call a trusted relative, friend, or minister, or call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline toll-free at 800-273-TALK. That's 800-273-TALK. All of us are here to help.
This is Jenny Turvey, manager of Rolling Meadows Senior Living in Taylorville. To learn more about our apartments, click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Jansen's Heating and Air is the home of Dr. Comfort, focusing on customer care for heating and air conditioning across Central Illinois for some 35 years. Find out their services, specials, and coupons by clicking their icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Information Station. My name is Tim Zalabak. This is the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville. We're sitting down with Chris Clark right now. He's the South Fork Superintendent, and he is entering into his 5th year right now. We talked about some goals and some focuses for the year, and they look like they are the renovations coming to the high school are very cool. Some new heating and AC units and new ceilings. Everything is looking good over there at South Fork School District. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Mr. Clark. Big football win for the Ponies on Friday.
Yeah, we kicked off the season well. Went down to Metro East Lutheran and got a nice win, 58-12, I think it was. So yeah, nice little start. First year coach got the first win of his career. So a cool little deal. I know next week the home opener is going to be pretty big.
That's awesome.
We got a lot of things going on that first week, the home opener. It's going to be a big community event going on. We got the cheerleading camp. Little girls always come out halftime and do their cheer and everything else. But something even bigger and special. We got our dedication of our stadium to a man that meant so much to so many people, so many young people in the South Fork community with baseball, with football and everything. And we're dedicating our stadium and calling it now the Jack Hanlon Stadium. So that'll be a presentation at 5:15, and it's so exciting. And his boy is actually the head coach, so it's a pretty cool little deal and a home opener that's going to be pretty emotional, and hopefully we can play well for everybody in attendance.
Yeah, it's going to be very important for so many different reasons.
Absolutely.
A new field name, and you said Jack Hanlon Field.
It'd be the stadium. The field's already John P. Picotti Field, but
cool.
The stadium's renamed.
All right, so when you walk in, is there going to be some sort of new sign kind of commemorating that? Or
yeah, there possibly could be.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you said head coach is actually the son of.
Yeah.
Very
He was he was a kid when I first came principal. He was a senior at South Fork, so he went through and he's paid his dues and worked his way up to head coach now, and very excited for him. And like I said, we have the possibility of a very successful, very special season, and hopefully we can just live up to some expectations.
Sure, absolutely. And week one, those expectations might be met there. Brand new head coach, like you were talking about. How have the athletes like the head coach?
They love him.
Yeah.
He's just a very lovable person, all in general. He's just a great guy. He was around the program last year. He was the offensive coordinator. But yeah, I mean, people would move heaven and earth for the kid, and he would do the same. I mean, we got a picture of him carrying a kid off the field Friday night and just laughing about it, because not asked for help or nothing, just picked the kid up and carried him off. But yeah, he's a kid that would do anything for everybody. Got one of the biggest hearts I know. So
really awesome. Really lucky to have a coach
absolutely,
like that coaching
absolutely.
your boys. Yeah, really awesome. How are other sports looking for the fall season coming up?
Well, we co-op. I know with volleyball over in Morrisonville or Edinburgh. Sorry, we co-op over there. They went off to a tournament, played a bigger team, but I'm hearing they're competitive. We got kids out for it. Really excited for the winter sports to be coming up. Our 8th grade basketball team, they went to state last year. So looking for some success there. Our high school basketball team was young. They're developing, getting some good athletes in playing. So it's we got things moving in the right direction in all facets at South Fork. So
really exciting there, especially to see those 8th graders go to state last year, and now they're going to be able to. You're going to see those talents on the high school level there, and
they were 7th graders last year.
Now
they're 8th graders. So yeah,
is that a 7th and 8th grade combined team, or is there a 7th grade team and an 8th grade team?
They're two different teams.
Two different teams. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So now those 7th graders that went to state now going to be in 8th grade.
Yep.
And a lot of the same team there.
Yep. Yeah. Hopefully they can emulate the success they had. So.
Absolutely. Best of luck to them for that state tournament. Where do they travel to?
It was actually over in Macon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
So yeah, it was a real neat event. You got 16 teams the first day. We were lucky enough to win the first game, and then we got into the Final Four and lost in the overtime game. It was a heartbreaker, but. And so you're 1 point away from being in the state championship game. So it was a pretty cool deal for the community kids and especially the head coach. So
heartbreaking loss there, but it showed what you can do.
Absolutely.
1 point loss. I mean, it could go on either way there. Nothing but to be proud of the boys there.
Yeah,
very,
for
very
sure.
Cool. Awesome. We got Chris Clark right now. He's the South Fork superintendent. Got about a minute left. Any last word for the listeners about the school year and anything coming up?
No, like I said, we're just really excited about it. Parents, we want you involved in your kids' education. Anything we can do, reach out to us, communicate. The whole community is what's going to build the kid. We're going to do our part with it. But the way we grow and be successful is collaboration with the parents, with the community, with the teachers, staff, and school board members. So we want everybody to be involved to help our kid be as successful as possible.
And you've had so much success with that in the past years just because of how local you've been able to keep it and how personal you've been able to get with parents and students.
Sure.
Really successful over there. Really, really great. This is Chris Clark. He's entering into his 5th year with South Fork superintendent, and it's got some really great plans and some really great things have been going on over at his school. So we really appreciate you for being in the office with us today.
I appreciate meeting you and look forward to many of these coming, buddy.
Yes, sir. We're going to have quite a few of these, and we'll keep talking about how the school year is going, and maybe we'll have some different football talks here in a little bit here.
Sure.
Really
sure.
awesome. That's Chris Clark, superintendent for South Fork School District. This has been the WTIM Morning Show. My name is Tim Zalabak. Thank you so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville. This is the last section of the WTIM Morning Show for the day, but we'll be back with more tomorrow. You've been listening to the WTIM Information Station.
Your information station, WTIM.